at the Coop. I am Liz from Arrow Acres, my sister Leanne, and we are in the Little Detour, the camper photo booth owned by Mike and Amy. Tell So, Mike and Amy own So
Hi,
their
guys.
business is called the Little Detour. They are our neighbors. They live in the field between us. And they have these awesome little campers that are turned into photo booths that they take all around New Jersey, New York, any other states you'll travel to?
Eastern Pennsylvania.
Eastern Pennsylvania.
We will travel to California. We have not traveled yet, but we are more than happy to.
You pay transportation.
Yes.
Okay.
We'll be there.
And they go to parties and weddings and events and fairs and festivals, right?
Got it, yeah.
And
A little bit of everything.
you need to book them.
And there are props, and it's a lot of fun, and we've been having some fun.
The kids have been having fun trying everything on.
Where's the Viking hat?
Where's your Viking hat? Oh, I thought it was a magic wand.
That's what I thought it was too.
It's multi-purpose.
Oh.
If you get a little black hat, it's a magic
Oh,
wand.
that's
And
Lizzie's hat.
This is
Oh, that's
not one
my
of our
hat.
props,
That's
but
a real
it goes
hat.
with
It's my
the
new
scheme of the
trucker hat.
camper, so...
I'll put my
Anyway.
glasses
Go
on,
visor.
So we're gonna record here tonight because we're here. We're supposed to be testing out the new equipment because this is the newest camper, and they have an event this weekend. So we're playing around.
It's the newest, oldest camper.
The
The
newest,
newest, oldest camper.
All right.
So here we are. All right.
All right,
Okay.
cheers.
Bye.
Cheers.
Cheers.
This
Now,
is very,
Amy, I think is gonna be our peanut gallery.
This is very tight on my head.
So I
I
think
like this one. Has a
Are
zip.
we-
What do you
I
put
love
in that
that.
little pocket right there? Check that out.
you don't know what you put in that
What
little
do you-
pocket there.
Oh, drugs.
You put drugs to
I
get
don't
into
do
a
drugs.
concert.
Oh.
I don't do drugs either, but I know that
We know that's what people do with it.
Oh, I like that. It's cute.
Isn't it cute?
with
Super
her little
cute.
drug pocket.
Your immediate...
You put wool in it.
any more
Oh,
Oh, I can
you
put
can
like
put
yarn.
like a
I can
little
put my
yarn.
darning
Your
needle.
darning.
Stitch markers.
It's your darn pocket.
Tape measure.
What do you got in that darn pocket of yours?
All right.
I don't know that stuff.
So, we have not recorded in quite a long time.
Since Christy last was at our house.
Quite a long time. We have been here, there. Her son has been traveling the world,
Yes, Italy and Greece.
I-
He's returned.
and he loved it, right?
Loved it. I missed him terribly.
Oh my gosh. It was only it was less than 2 weeks.
13 days. It was almost 2 weeks.
Almost 2 weeks.
Should we keep changing hats the whole time we're here? I think we should. What is this? A pineapple hat?
Yeah. Oh, it goes with your outfit.
It does go
It's
with
my
your
color.
outfit. It's great.
So, I was in Nashville last week, and I was there for my mom and I went for the AOA, Alpaca Owners of America, the National Fleece Show. So we entered 3 fleeces. We came home with 3 banners. We had 3 champions. We are so excited. Our little girl Breezy took first place in the juvenile light fawn class, and she went on to win the color champion for all light and beige females. She wasn't there, so. Does it scream? It's not a screaming chicken?
It did.
It
Oh,
was.
it broke?
it did.
Aw.
Ooh, till Grant played with it.
And then we entered Azekah and Moolah into the cottage fleece, which was...
What does that mean? I didn't know what that meant.
Okay, so the cottage fleece show means that we sent a sample of their fiber in beforehand, before the show started. And a hand spinner carded it, prepared it for spinning, and spun it. And they gave it a grade for how it spins.
I look like my mom. Other my mom.
With a bald forehead? It's like an Einstein wig.
Ben Franklin.
Oh, Ben Franklin?
No. George
Einstein.
Washington.
Oh,
Bernie
George Washington.
Sanders.
I was
Take your
thinking,
pick.
Back to the Future,
Yes.
right? What's his name?
Doc Holliday? Doc.
I hear a chicken squeaker.
All right, sorry. You were talking about cottage fleeces. This podcast right here may move us up into like the millions. We have 1,000 followers right now. We may have 1 million next.
So, the cottage fleece, there are hand spinners who prep all that. They grade it. They have a scorecard. They give it a grade on how well it how easy it was to prepare, how clean it was, how nice it was to spin, all sorts of things like that. Then we sent the whole fleece, the rest of the blanket, to the show, and a judge grades that. So the spinning score is 25% out of 100, and then the rest of it is 75% of the total score. So our little boys did awesome. Moolah came in first place for the beige yearlings, and he took color champion for all beige and light fawn animals. And Azekah came in first place for the white juveniles and took first place out of all the white animals. So, no, he didn't win first place out of all white animals. He came in reserve color champion for all the white animals.
What does that mean? What's the difference?
Color champion, so they take, so they're split. You look like the one from Harry Potter, you know, the professor with the big eyeballs. So they're broken down into ages. The cottage show is not broken down into girls and boys. The main show is. So all juveniles are judged against each other. There's a first, second, third, whatever, how many animals. There's the yearlings, the 2-year-olds, and then the mature animals. So once they get first place, they take all the first place from each age category, and then they look at all the first place and they decide who's the best of the best. And they're the color champion, and then the closest runner-up gets reserve color champion, and that's what Azekah got. So we are beyond happy. We are so excited. We could not have better.
That looks great
Ew,
on
we're
you.
going to Paris.
That looks really nice,
speaking
actually.
Speaking of Paris,
Looks good on you.
y'all, I was down in Nashville for almost 4 or 5 days, and I had so many people down there with southern accents, like Tennessee,
Yes, y'all.
Georgia, but y'all, I don't know the difference between all them states and all their accents. So I was trying real hard to pay attention real close when they were talking to me so I could get them straight, but it's just all blended for me. I just got nothing. I got nothing. I love
Clutch your
accents.
pearls.
Bless her heart.
I don't know if she does.
So speaking of accents, I busted out my North Dakota accent at dinner. We went out for a real nice dinner, and we were chatting about something, and North Dakota came up, and oh, North Dakota, oh yeah, sorry, I haven't been there, but I think I would like to. And the person I was next to was like, oh, you do that so good. I was like, oh, Minnesota. I like Minnesota too. She goes, oh, you got to have real long vowels when you say Minnesota. She's like, you got to make sure when you're saying all your words, your vowels are real long for Minnesota. I was like, yes, I need this kind of advice. So at that same dinner, I think you will all enjoy this. The discussion turned to dryer balls, and how when we're drinking
As most dinner conversations go.
and when we get drinking at the farm, sometimes the conversation turns to dryer balls, felt balls. Have you felt my balls? Have you seen my felt balls? And what we can put on t-shirts. So this is what we started discussing. And do you want to know
About felt my balls.
have you felt my balls?
Felt my balls.
Yeah.
Right? These are my hairy balls. Would you like to see my hairy balls?
No.
So Ian,
Definitely not.
our friend Ian that we were out to dinner with, says, my friend is a caretaker, and he was helping a friend out, another caretaker out, and he was helping out like a 90-something-year-old man, and he had to help bathe him.
Oh.
And this man says to him, can you use a hairdryer to dry my balls? No towel. Seriously, asked his caretaker that he doesn't know very well to use a hairdryer to dry his balls. So my mom is telling our friend Sue this story, who really wanted to be with us on this trip, who couldn't come, about the drying of the balls. And Sue goes, wait! Iceland has this new thing. I should try to figure out how to put a picture in here, but I don't think I'm good enough to do that. I'll put it on Instagram. Iceland is banning all men from refrain from drying your balls with her dryers. And then her husband, who goes to the gym, said that the old men in the locker room try to dry them with the wall mounts.
Stop it.
So don't burn your balls. That's the moral of the story.
Is that your new t-shirt?
Don't burn your balls.
That is bizarre.
That's so weird and so funny.
So we came up with all these funny little
Hello,
sayings.
sailor.
And
Oh.
we
Do
came
you
up
want
with
to
these
say
funny
hello, sailor?
Hi.
Sailor was also just in Nashville a couple weeks ago for gymnastics. All right, so enough about balls.
Do you own a beret?
No.
You should. It looks so good on
I
you.
took French class 2 years in high school. I was horrible.
The
What do I
sailor's gonna
remember?
take French in
Oh.
intermediate.
Good. I was not good at it. That doesn't mean anything. I just wasn't very good at French.
I'd like her to take Spanish, but she wants French.
Oh,
So
I don't like Spanish.
Yeah.
you gotta
Hola,
do
¿cómo
what you
estás?
love, right?
Yep.
Gotta
Yeah.
do what you love.
Yep.
All right,
Me, I don't know
so
if I love
let's see. I have one other funny story. So on Sunday, once we were done with the show, we said, let's go out. Let's go downtown. We're going to go to Broadway. If you've ever been in Nashville, you just go up and down the street, wherever you find a band that sounds good, because all the fronts of the bars are open. You can hear them. You just go in. You get a drink.
So
I have to
fun,
go
right?
there.
So fun.
I have
so
to go.
it's awesome. So we go in, and we go into this one bar. Our friends... So our friends say, oh, we heard Roberts is really good. Okay, so we go into Roberts. And these people, I wish I had it. I left it at home. I should have brought it. These people get this beer koozie, and it was the shape of a boot. And I was like, I need that. Because a lot of the bars are like 3 stories, so like you carry your beer around, it gets kind of warm. And then I'm sorry. You need to get higher. Oh my gosh. So now I have a boot. So I see these people with a boot koozie. And I go, oh, I need one of those. So I go over and I say, are those from here? And she's like, yeah, we just got them. I was like, all right. So I get us drinks. I get my boot koozie. And the girl leans back over. She says, how much were they? I said, I don't know, but it cost this much. She goes, okay, we would have paid $50 for them. And apparently, I was her new best friend. So we got chit-chatting. And apparently, the guy next to her was also her new best friend. So,
Did they know each other?
no, they were from Denver. He was from way down south. Like, he had the thick accent. And he goes, where are you from? I said, New Jersey. He goes, oh, my wife's from New Jersey. She's the meanest bitch I ever met. And I go, oh, she's probably from North Jersey. She goes, I don't know what town she's from, but she's definitely from New Jersey. I'm going to call her and you can talk to her. And I was like, do I have to talk to her? So he calls and he's like, here, you talk to her. And I'm like, hi. Like this stupid little girl in a bar talking to your husband.
That's
And
not
he's
awkward.
like, that's not awkward. So I'm like, yeah. He says you're from New Jersey, so am I. She's like, oh, where are you from? I said, well, I said, where are you from? She goes, Clark. I go, yeah, she's from North Jersey. But we're not all mean. And she wasn't mean on the phone. She was delightful. And she was probably very pissed at him for calling. So,
He's probably still sleeping on the couch.
Yes.
well, maybe. I don't even think they were in the same state.
She was here.
But this girl from Denver, she looked like she was in between our ages, and she was in Nashville for her daughter's baby shower, who was like 25. I was like, what?
Well, I have a 17-year-old.
She had a 27-year-old, I think. Anyway,
Mom was
I had
44 as a grandma.
so yeah, all right.
It happens.
Yeah.
You have your kids young, and they have their
Yeah.
kids young, and
Yeah, and she looked really young. So we get talking. She goes, "Oh my gosh, it was so bad." She goes, "We had the baby shower this weekend, and it was really hot. We had a heat wave up here, and it was kind of the whole country this weekend. So everybody was hot." So she's talking about the baby shower, and she goes, "I was sweating so bad that my hair looked like I had just gotten out of a pool." And her husband goes, "Yeah, I told her just to put on Instagram that it was a pool party. She's like, no one's in bathing suits. She goes, oh, and I burned my armpit because I used those wipes on my armpits.
Oh no.
And I go, you use them? My sister needs them. Tell me about them. And she told me that once you use them, the sweat has to come out somewhere else.
I understand
And it comes
that.
out on her forehead.
I can deal with that. I'll wear a headband. It's fine. So, okay, so I have that hyperhidrosis armpit thing. Okay, it's bad, whatever. I have it. It's bad. It's embarrassing.
I'm sweaty right
Okay,
now.
it is what it is. So I went to the doctor because she found these like wipe things.
There was a commercial
and I
on
was
Hulu.
super excited. So I go to the doctor, have my physical. I said to him, I have this thing. It's embarrassing. He's like, all right, I'll write you the script. Go to the pharmacy. To get these wipes, it's $600 a month for 30 wipes. So clearly,
I'm putting this out there to all of you.
I'm
So
a
my new
sweaty
friend
Betty.
from Denver is probably not going to remember because she had been drinking all day. She took my phone number, but there was no other contact given. But she gets free samples, and her insurance it's very reasonable for her to get it. So if any of you watchers out there can get the free samples of the sweat wipe things,
I'll take it.
could you please send my sister
so
one to see if
great.
it
It would
works?
change my life.
Interesting.
I know it sounds
So,
silly,
I'm
but it
putting
would
it
change
out
my
there.
life.
I know. That's why I'm putting it out there to the 10 people who watch
I can
us.
deal with forehead sweat. It doesn't stain your clothes and make like big
Right.
giant messes.
Yeah.
And I have had what she has, but I used like
went
the
away.
medical strength stuff, and then it
So
went
did
away.
I tried everything.
But yes, like when you're sitting there and you can feel on your waist that it's dripping down you.
I have that all the time.
I
love
get it
that
in my
all of our
elbows.
viewers now know that I have that because I tried to hide it my
Hey.
whole life. But now, you know what?
Real
It is
life.
what
I've
it is.
never
I'm
noticed.
old. I hide
known
it
you
very
for
well.
many
So
years.
she
I try to
wears
hide
this
it.
color
I don't know.
works well. Certain colors.
No,
hide
this
it.
one I usually sweat in, but I just put
Oh.
it on. But I'm better in the summer than the winter. I sweat
Oh,
more in
yeah.
the winter, which makes no sense.
By the way, did you make that sweater?
I did make this sweater.
It's really cute.
Thank you. I don't remember the name.
All right, on to the fibery stuff.
Okay, I did make my sweater. I think it's called the Heathered sweater, and it's in a cotton linen, which could be for the warm and breezy cowl, but I made it for like 2 years ago.
Then you can't enter it.
So we're gonna have to have that like fiber talk is at like 25 minutes.
Not quite there. All right, so.
Oh, I want to do a shout out to Chevy Rell and her little Olive, and I hope she's okay.
Oh, yeah, her little bladder
She
cancer.
has bladder cancer, and she's the cutest darn thing. And I was showing her video of her running in the yard, and Chase was just like didn't understand how she can get around. So she's just the cutest
She's a
little thing.
three-legged, blind, diabetic pug
Pug.
who now has
bladder cancer.
But she's rocking it.
And she has the best mommy and daddy ever. And Ditto has a super cute sweater to wear. Did you see his handsome sweater?
Yes, I saw his handsome sweater.
And she's making jewelry.
I
Out
was
of the
watching-
teacups that the bird broke. Did
I
you
was
see that?
watching her while I was straightening my hair, but I didn't get through it because my hair didn't take that long today.
She's soldering everything
I
in sight.
saw that she was pressing things. and
She's soldering and pressing and making things out of her teacups. A bird got in her house and broke all her grandma's teacups.
She
Are
has
you
them like up
serious?
around
like
the ledge.
Yeah. And
And
a bird got in the
and
house
just, like,
and broke all her teacups.
Not all
and
of them.
now, okay, but some.
Some
And-
mini ones.
And she's making jewelry out of her grandma's teacups. Isn't that cute?
All right.
Mhm. Oh, okay, so I have a finished object. What? Okay, so,
I've seen this on Instagram, and I think
Oh,
this is
that one?
Oh, the sweater. It's
Oh.
so cute.
okay, so
Sorry, that's
this,
all
Oh,
I
this
was
is
talking
for the
about.
teacher?
this is for the teacher. So my son Dalton, my oldest, went to Greece and Italy, and a teacher took him, and he was on the bus to the airport the very first day. Like they were not even in Philadelphia yet, and he texted me and said, "Can you make Senora a scarf?" And I said, "Sure." So
How many kids went on the trip?
17.
So a teacher, her husband.
No, her husband couldn't go.
Oh,
So
a
the teacher,
had
her
17.
son, who's 22, her daughter, who's 28, were the chaperones. And they took 17 kids, and they had the time of their life, and it was amazing.
All juniors and seniors, or
Mostly, no, there were a couple that are going into junior year. Most were going to be seniors, and a couple that just graduated.
got it.
So, but yeah, big responsibility. So I thought, what can I make her? She's very petite, little. She's dark
love
hair.
this.
So this is yarn that I bought in Maryland from that Bumblebee Acres.
Oh yeah. Who I've seen like popping up on everybody's Instagram
Yes,
lately.
so it's the Game of Thrones colorways,
Mhm.
and which is kind of cool because my son Dalton is a huge Game of Thrones fan. So
So we are just watching Game of Thrones because we are late to the party all the time. and Stonemen, I believe is
That's
your
us,
light color.
yes.
And I just saw them last night.
Stoneman
For the first time.
and some other guy.
Sam guy. Samwell,
So
whatever his name is.
this is the Stephen West Clockwork shawl. And there it is. So I think it's going to be perfect on her.
Really pretty.
Oh, it's so cute.
And it's cute. I have one. Oh, hi.
Oh, hey.
Hey.
Children are here.
So I have one that I wear all the time, and it's easy to wear.
Really cute.
And Joan made
We'll
one.
have to make her a shawl cuff.
Maybe. And Joan made one, and she was in the Free People store, and the Free People girl said, "Where did you buy that?" Which is like the best compliment ever.
Definitely.
So I hit up just Joan for that, and I said, "What do you think I should make her?" And she said, "What about clockwork?" I said, "Perfect." So now he's home, but I have to. I was almost done, but I didn't finish.
So now it's ready to gift.
So I have to
send
give it
Yara.
to her. We're gonna, yeah. So thank you, Miss Arminio, for taking our kids and time of their life.
That is so awesome.
Really
and it's
cute.
not through school. She
No.
does this on her own.
She does. It's not through school.
That's crazy.
And it was awesome.
She organizes it at school, but
Yeah, but it's not a school trip.
all right, you have anything
So,
else?
I
I only have a whip with me. I forgot to bring my shawl.
I got a whip.
whip.
Whip. That's our Chevy Rail.
Do you want to whip first? Or do you want me to whip?
I'll whip first. All right, so I am okay. So Rhinebeck sweater. We're getting there. It's close.
It's close.
Okay, so let's talk about sweaters.
When is it? When is Rhinebeck?
October
18th-ish.
Okay.
That weekend. Okay, third
Third
weekend of
weekend.
October. Always so excited. We have our house. We have our girls. We're so excited. It's my logo. It's like a big year. So I was gonna make this epic sweater, which I did, and I literally cannot wear the darn thing. Oh, another kid. Hi. Would you like to come say hello? Say hello.
They're so sweaty.
Put on a hat. You can't be in a little detour without a prop. Say hello. Hi. All right.
Okay.
Out you go. Goodbye.
Out.
Oh, okay.
Exit.
No, out you go. Bye bye.
Okay. We'll just we have a couple.
We're almost done.
The poop emoji hat. You can have the poop emoji hat.
Oh, it's right there.
Amy has. There it is.
Okay, put it on.
Okay. Bye. Bye bye.
Don't break it.
Okay, so Rhinebeck is supposed to be like this epic year because it's my logo and whatever. I make this sweater. Doesn't fit, basically. It's like
That's
Chinese
swimming.
handcuffs. I literally, yeah, it's like her putting on a swimming. It literally, like, I can't get the arms in, I can't get the arms out. So that one is just, it's going to sit in a pile, and I don't think I'm wearing it to Rhinebeck. And I can't fit the damn thing.
Well, let's start like an awesome arm workout. Like,
Okay, even when I was at my thinnest, I had big fat arms. So,
yeah, we have large
it,
upper arms.
and I knit the sleeves twice.
You can knit them again.
So I was like in a slump with knitting, and I just wasn't into it. So I started this sweater because my mom bought me yarn in Scotland from Marie Wallens.
At the Edinburgh Yarn Fest.
Okay, so I picked out the Noten sweater.
I love it. I love the colors.
So
yeah,
cute.
I'm excited. So I bought this pink color at the place in Princeton when I was there
love
for a
it.
day. I didn't know what I was going to do with it. And
Oh, I
they
love this little detail down
Okay,
here.
yeah. You want to know why there's a little detail? Because I ran out of yarn and they closed, and I don't have
Oh,
yarn.
right.
So,
Well, I love the little detail.
I have extra
cute.
yarn, so
So
I just
cute.
like I'm making it. There's a dog head on the. So I decided instead of like more stripes, I was gonna do like just making up some fair isle.
Yeah, love it.
Yep. And then my sleeves, I'm just gonna like wing it. I'm just doing it. So I'm kind of excited. So I think this may be my.
Oh, so
Rhinebeck
you
sweater.
can get any more of this color from anybody.
I can. I just don't feel like ordering it.
Do we want to put the call out to other people to trade?
Kelborn Scout in the like raspberry something berry
I'll try to put it in the notes below.
colorway.
So if you
wanna
have it and
trade?
you'd like to trade something,
I'll trade you.
come on, get in contact.
So, because I'm supposed to use it on the arms,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So anyway,
It's so cute.
it's
Oh, I love it. You're gonna go 3/4 on the sleeve or full
yes.
sleeve?
Nope. 3/4.
3/4.
Yep. So anyway, it's almost done. So I took it out of hibernation and
I
I'm
love
working
it.
on this. And then I need to do my steak and streak.
Oh, and your leaves of grass.
I didn't bring it with me because it looks the same. I've
Okay.
been working
It's
on it,
getting
but it
bigger.
like
It's
looks the
growing.
same.
Still a Rasta hat.
It's a
a
giant,
giant
Rasta.
Rasta
It's
hat.
about that big.
We need that for a prop.
But that's getting there. And
Alright.
I love knitting my leaves of grass. Love it, love it. But it looks the same, so I didn't bring it.
Okay. So that's all your stuff. I have other stuff at home, but I wasn't really thinking because we're not in our usual location. And I started a project that our friend Carrie said she saw somebody make.
Our producer
Carrie. And this is called the Dottie.
Ooh, isn't that pretty?
And it's reversible. And it's just as pretty on both sides. So I'm going to show you. This is the regular side. And then this is the contrasting color side. And it's a free pattern on Ravelry. I wrote down who it is because I can't remember her name. Her name is Elena Fedotova. And it's called Dottie. Just Dottie on Ravelry. But it's like, you got to search Dottie patterns and then down a little bit. But I will put a link in the bottom. It was very confusing for me to figure out. I find with those free patterns, sometimes there's not enough instruction or sometimes there's like way too many words. This one is just not quite enough instructions. So if you do decide to make it, quick note, you end up, I'm gonna come closer for this, you end up splitting and working 2 layers next to each other, and then your next row cinches them together. So if you look at the pattern and it doesn't make any sense to you, maybe that helps. And I also have a cheat sheet, so if you are having questions and you want to make it, I'll send you my cheat sheet that I made so you know what row you're on. Because I couldn't figure out how to keep track of what row I was on because it splits. So I'm like, what the heck? I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know where I am in this, but I figured it out. Once you figure it out, it's really easy.
It's very pretty. Did
But-
you dye the yarn?
I did not. This was a Maryland purchase. This was from...
Oh, the one with the branches?
The one with the branches. Come on.
From Maine.
The one from Maine. The place from Maine.
Everyone knows what it
Fabled
is.
Fibers?
No.
No.
Everyone knows.
I'm going to look it up and I'm going to put it here. And I'm going to put it in the notes. And then the gray is 100% alpaca. Now the pattern calls for sock yarn. Use sock yarn. I used a sport weight and like a DK, and I went up a hook size, or a couple hook sizes. I should have gone up like way more hook sizes because feel how thick it is. It's 2 layers.
Oh, it's like my sweater.
It's
that I can't
really thick. So it is double the thickness. But I'm just making it as a little infinity scarf, I think.
It's your eyeball color.
It's eyeball green.
Not our eyeball
see?
green. We have different greens. Sailor
So-
and I have the same green eyes.
I'm just going to do a couple more rows on
that.
this. And then I think you can,
Cute.
I don't know, we'll see. We'll see. It is a cowl pattern, but like I said, I went up a hook size, so I think mine's just too big for a cowl. It's more infinity. But you can adjust it. You can do any amount of stitches for any length. It doesn't matter.
I actually like, since I don't know anything about knitting and crocheting, I like that I could see the little bit of the detail on the outer edge.
Yeah.
So I don't know how this pattern is supposed to be finished, but I really like that, how you can see that contrasting stitch on the outer edge.
I think it's really pretty. There is a finishing edge. I haven't even looked that far on the pattern yet. But I love the 2 different sides. Like I would almost make it a Mobius.
Yep.
So that you could
nice.
always see both colors. Anyway, all right. So that's all I have for right now. I'm going to the county fair with the guild tomorrow to demonstrate. So I'll be there.
If Chase does not have baseball practice, I'm going to come
Oh,
find
okay.
you guys.
We're in the home and garden tent.
It might be moved to Saturday, so if not, we're going to come see. And our nephew Brady is in the Master Gardener program, which is like the greatest program ever.
Awesome.
And he was harvesting his vegetables today, and they're going to be judging them tomorrow.
That's
So,
awesome.
Oh, all
Yeah.
right.
love
We
that.
have little people who are trying to climb in the camper, so I think we should be done now.
Okay, signing off.
We'll talk to you guys soon because it's getting shaky now.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay,
they're coming
gotta
in.
go. Cheers.
Cheers. And if you need a photo booth for your parties,
Cheers.
Cheers.
Book
call
Amy
the
and
little
Mike.
detour. 'Cause they're
And
the
these
best.
crazy people have actually watched more than one of our podcasts.
And they don't
they
even
don't
crochet.
They don't do any of this weird stuff.
I have crocheted, I admit.
All
I have,
right.
but not in a long time.
All right, I'll get
I
you
would
going.
like to do it again.
All right, I'll get
Yeah.
her going. All right, good night. See you all again.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.